Hello guys and welcome back. In this lecture we are going to learn how to create particle systems. So basically what we do is you see that healing bush in here. We are going to create a particle system for it that an image like a heart or something like that will pop up every time, every frame, so that the player knows that this is a healing bush that can heal your wounds. All right, so let's start. What we want to do is to go to the assets folder in here, and then go to the folders, the rollable files that I gave you. All right, go to the first one, not the second one. All right, go to the first one, the rollable files, and then go to textures, and then you see that heart.png. Bring that in to your Unreal Engine assets file. All right, and then open it up, and you can see that it has red, green, blue, and alpha channels. We only gonna use a channel. We can use the blue, for example. So basically what we want to do is to carve out the edges in here. All right, we want to carve out these edges, and then make the heart to be something like a red color, and then use that as the particle system that we want. All right, so that means it has no color right now. Go to here to the compression settings and make sure that the default has been changed to masks no RGB, because we are not using an RGB on that texture. All right, save it and then get out of here. And what we want to do is to right click and then create a new material and then call it what should we call it? M heart. All right, let's call it M heart. All right, open the material and then take it next to the map one and bring your heart texture and take it into the heart material. All right, so what we want to do is to right now we want to create a material and then use that material in the particle system. All right, so first of all we want to carve out the edges in here and then change the color of the heart. All right, in order to carve out the edges, you remember we used the opacity, but right now we cannot use opacity because it is not translucent. All right, just select the results, the M heart node, and then go to here to the blend mode and make it translucent. Just remember that translucent is sometimes very heavy on the engine, but for a simple thing like that we can use it. All right, but just remember it is not something that we can overkill our game with it. All right, do not do a lot of stuff with it. Okay, so we can use the blue channel and then take it to the opacity, and let me use the use that one, and you can see that right now it has been the color has been changed to black color. And what we can do is to take it to here, and if I right now hit 3 on my keyboard and then left click and then change the color to a red color, something like this maybe, and then grab that. If I grab that and take it to the base color right now, you can see that, let me see, it's gonna do it. All right, then hit compile and then hit save and get out of here. All right, so what we want to do after we have created the material for it, where is it? Here it is. All right, after we created the material, what we want to do is to right click and then create a particle system in here. All right, and then name it PS what should we call it? PS healing. All right, call it PS healing. All right, and then open it up and you can see that will be in a screen like this. All right, just grab the PS healing to next to the map, and then you can see that right here it is the particle that has been created. All right, right here we can see the particles that have been created, and in here we've got the details that we can change for the things that we select in here. For example, if I select the lifetime, I can change the lifetime of the particle system in here. you'll get it right now, right? Just don't worry. Okay, first of all, go to the required tab and then select in the material, select the material that we created. All right, what did we call it? I think it was M heel, no, M heart. All right, use that one, and you can see that. Let it compile. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, you can see that it has been created, but right now our background is really bad. So let me, select that one, the background color in here, and then just change the background color to something that we can see. Yeah, something like that will be just fine. All right, and then what do we want to do? First of all, we don't want that many particle systems. You can see that a lot of hearts are coming out right now. We don't want that. Go to the spawn tab in here and then go to the rate. Okay, click that little arrow and click the distribution, and just make sure that that constant, all right, that constant indicates how many, how many of these heart particle systems will be created in a second. All right, just make sure it is 3. Yeah, that is much better. I think, yeah, I think 3 will be good. All right, make it 3, and then we want to change it over lifetime. All right, go to the lifetime in here and then click that little arrow, click the distribution. We want to, we don't want our particle systems to look exactly the same. All right, we want to have, a variation of particle systems, so that some of them are bigger, some of them are slower, some of them are faster, some of them, you get it, right? All right, so in the minimum one, I think it is fine, but in the maximum, just make sure to change it to 1.5. all right, so that some of them will stay longer, right? The lifetime indicates that how much time will they be able to fly, okay, and before they die. All right, then what we want to do is you can always change the the numbers in here, so that if I change it to 0.1, you can see that some of them are being created and then destroyed immediately. We don't want that. Just make it 1 and 1.5, it will be fine. And then in the initial size, select the arrows in here to the distribution, and the initial size, how can we change that? We want our our hearts to look like they are not exactly the same, and then change some values in here. So what I'm gonna do, I think 25 is just fine, but I'm gonna change the minimum value to something like 10 by 10 by 10. All right, because some of them right now are a little bit smaller. You can see that some of them are smaller, some of them are bigger, and that is so cool. And then go to the initial velocity. This velocity indicates that the velocity, all right, you get it, the speed of the particle systems. So go to the start velocity, go to the distribution, and you can see that in every in all of the things in here, we've got lots of other things that we are not gonna bother with them. There are some advanced things that I do not want to talk about, but be free to check everything out. And how do we want to change that velocity? I think some of them right now, let me make them faster. All right, make it 20 by 20, and you see that some of them, you see that in here it indicates that where is the x-axis. You can see that in here the x-axis is all right, let me be on that side, and the x-axis would indicate our right side, and the y-axis indicates our left side, and the z-axis indicates the upside. All right, I think right now some of them are going too fast to the upside, so I'm gonna make the maximum up to be maybe half the velocity. Yeah, that's fine. And then change the minimum to -20, -20. Let me use -20 as well. Oh, Of course not. Not negative 20 in here. You can see that if I use the negative 20, let me make it negative 100 so that you can see it better. Some of them are going down, are falling down because they are going negative side on the z-axis. Just make sure that it's not negative. Make it something like 20. We can use 30, I think. Yeah, that is much, much better. All right. And the color of life, our hearts are only, one color. It is just red, so we don't want to change the color of life. So just click the color of life and hit delete on your keyboard because we are not gonna use it. So why to tell the system that we are using it? All right, just click the color of life and then click on delete on your keyboard and it will be gone. All right. And let me see, and if you right click in here, you can see that there are lots of other things that we can use. All right, there are lots of other things that we can use to enhance our particle system. Let me see which one is a little bit, makes it a little bit better. Orbit, I think we can use the orbit. You see that if I use the orbit, some of them are rotating around. I think that is so cool, but they are rotating at a really, really fast, fast speed. All right. Go to the orbit and then go to the offset amount. And you can see that it is 0, 50, 0. Just, take that 50 down to, because, this is the z-axis and 50 means that it is like this. All right. Just make sure that it is 2. I think 2 would not be nice. Make it 5. Yeah, some of them are rotating, but I think, what if we use negative 2 in here? All right, use 2 and negative 2. I think that will be the best option, right? So that some of them will rotate in that direction and some of them will rotate in that direction. They are not, yeah, and they are not, doing that constantly. So use whatever number that you like. All right, I like these ones. And right now, if you look at it, I think there's another thing that we can change. So right now, if you look at that, you can see that the hearts, all of them are spawning at the same position in here. I think that would not be nice, because if you look at the cactus, if every heart will spawn at this position, that would not be so nice. All right, so let's change the location of the spawning. All right, right click in here and then go to location. So we can use whichever location that we want. We can use the initial location to type the locations that we want, but I think we can use a basic shape in here. We can use the triangle, so let's test it out. Yeah, triangle looks nice, but let me delete that and then use, I think the cylinder would be much nicer. Yes, you can see that some of them are spawning in here, some of them are spawning in there, and in every place. You can see that, and there are lots of different variations in our particle system. So this is just fine, and I'm really happy with it. So save it, and then get out of here. And what we want to do is to select the cactus, and then either click it here, or go to the blueprints, and then go to the, no, not the cactus, of course, the healing bush, and then open it up, and we want to go to the viewport and then add component and type particle system. Right, if we click on the particle system and then open it up and go to here to the particles and then click it, and you see that PS healing. All right, we created that one right now, so click that one, the PS healing. All right, and you can see that it's gonna pop up in here. Right now some of them are being created. I think I can move that one up. We could always change it on the particle system in here, but that's much easier if I just grab it and put it up. I think that is really, really fine. All right, so let me compile and then save, and then you can see that this is really, really nice. And also we can change the, I think it is too dark, we can change the material to make it a little bit brighter. Let me make it a color like this. Yeah, I think it is a little bit nicer, right? You can change it whenever you want, and you know, change it basically however you like. All right, so let me play it and see how it looks in the game. Let me take my player start and put it back to where, oh, where did it go? To where it was before. Let me bring it here and then hit end on my keyboard so that it comes to the ground. All right, so let's go. See if it is working. Oh, where did I go? Okay, and oh my god, I think that looks really nice. You can see that it looks really nice. One thing to make it a little bit nicer, we can, you know, you see that little grass in it, we can make that a little bit bigger. I think right now it looks amazing as well. You see, this particle system has made it look like an epic thing. All right, we can make that one to be, let me make it 2. And see if that is much better. Yeah, I think this is much better. And if you want to get rid of these lines, you can see that these lines, okay, that lines, you can always, you know, hit G on your keyboard and it gets rid of every you know, every gizmo on the game, right? So that they will look like this in the game, right? You see that we have got no gizmos, but if you hit G again, you'll get them back. All right, G. Okay, GG's. All right, I think that looks really nice. All right, enough of that. And I think I haven't given you an exercise lately, so I'm gonna do it now. All right, I'm gonna give you another exercise. So for example, let me do that in here. Let me go to the blueprints, and then you see that, okay, let me grab a coin and bring it to here. Why do I do it on this side? You see that if I, you know, alt and then get it to another one, it's gonna duplicate it, but you see that everyone, let me do it in here, that would be much nicer so that we can see it faster. All right, you can see that every single of them are on the same, you know, they have the same rotation. And if I play it, you can see that all of them are rotating with each other. And I think that is basically in every game, maybe in most of the games it's like that, but I want you to do something. All right, you can always, you know, click one of them and then rotate it around and click the other and rotate it around, but I don't want you to do that. All right, I have an exercise for you. What you're gonna do is to, you know, automate that rotation. All right, so that whenever the game starts, all right, whenever the game starts, some of them are gonna rotate in, you know, in one direction, the other goes into another direction, without you doing, you know, every single of them like this. All right, so let me give you a hint where you would do that. All right, you will go to the BP coin and then go to the construction script, and you will use something in the construction script. Use your knowledge and use the things that we did earlier, and, you know, just make it working. All right, just see that if you can do it. If you can do it, that is really good, and if you didn't, that is really amazing, because you know, at least you tried to do it. All right, okay, just do it. All right, make sure that whenever the game starts, it's gonna rotate in a random direction, and all of them are not in the same direction. All right, just do it and you'll make me happy and you'll make yourself wiser. All right, so guys, until the next video, I can't wait. All right, until the next video, stay safe and see you guys. Bye bye.